Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this video. This is the little gift box we're making today. Isn't it cute? It's actually a little bit different because it pulls out like a drawer, as you can see here. So you just pull it out and there you've got your drawer. And I've got some love hearts and some crinkle paper in there, so I've just got the little ribbon pull to pull it out. Okay, so let's set that aside and start creating. I have some Paper Pizzazz cardstock here, and this measures 7 1/16 by 8 1/16, and we are going to score on the 8-inch side at 3 inches and again at 5 inches. Okay, just like that. Turn it around, and on the 7-inch side we are going to score at 2 inches and again and at 5 inches. So you've got 2 inches and 5 inches, so it should look like that. Okay, so set that aside, and we're going to bring in our other piece of Paper Pizzazz, and this measures 7 by 7, and we're going to score here at 2 inches on all sides. So 2, twist, 2, twist, and done. Okay, so let's get rid of the scoreboard, and we need our bone folder now, and we're just going to fold on all of these quickly on all of these score lines to really give you a good burnish. The same for both pieces of cardstock. You really want to burnish it well. Okay, so I'm going to start off with our smaller piece, our 7 by 7, and we're going to do some cutting. So we're going to just cut up to the score line. I don't know if you can see, we're just going to cut up to the score line here, so to release these tabs. So just like that. Turn it around and do the same thing. Just going to cut up to that score line. Just like that, you see? Okay, and then these outer tabs here, these are going to be our tabs. I am just going to give them what I call a mitre cut here. You're just going to cut a little bit off at an angle like this, and I'm going to cut a little hair off here. So I'm going to do that for all 4 tabs. So just cut up a little bit, chop up a little bit there, and speed it up, and a little bit there, and a little bit there, and a little bit there, so it'll look like that. Okay, so let's get rid of all of these bits and bobs here before they get in our way, and let's just build this box while we've got it. Well, actually no, we'll leave that for later. Bring back our large piece here, and now we need to do some cutting here as well, and we're going to cut on the let's see, which side is this? On the 8-inch side we're going to cut up to the score line again, just to release these centre tabs. Just like that. And again, for the centre tab, I'm just going to give it just a little bit of a trim. Mitre cut it, rather, I should say. I prefer the term mitering, it's more specific. Just like that. And then I'll show you how these fit together before we start doing any sticking. Okay, so it doesn't matter here which is your base or which is your top. This is going to fit like this, and then this is going to come inside. Okay, so let's show you again. These pieces come here like that, and then these pieces are going to can fit either externally like this if you want, which is mostly what I'm going to do this time. Fit like that. Okay, and then if you see anything that's overhanging, like I can see here, you can trim this off. Like I can see here, I didn't cut very straight because I was rushing for the camera. So we're going to trim that. Still didn't cut very straight. There we go. Okay, so let's put it together again, roughly speaking. Sort of fun. Just like that. Okay. And we're going to put it together, and that's how it's going to go. So we now know, because we're looking at it, we're going to want paper on top here, on these sides, and on the back. So we can start to put our designer series paper down now. This is it. It's the Heartwarming Hugs. Okay, and you've got one big piece of it. This is going to go for your top piece. So it's going to go here. So let me get some Tombow. And this is the Heartwarming Hugs paper, and all the measurements will be on the blog post, so don't worry about that. Okay, so that will be our top. So if we go back to how we had it, then we know we want paper on here, here and here. So these 4 pieces, so 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's put some paper down. And you can match your patterns up, you can do whatever you like. It's your piece of, it's your project. Okay. And then I think we're going to have one here. Okay, so now it's time to build our box. So initially I'm going to put some Tombow on these tabs, centre tabs here. You can see me dousing in Tombow. And you're going to bring this tab up to meet this uncovered wall, the one we don't have any paper on. Just like that. Okay. And you're going to do the same, bring it up to meet that uncovered wall. And you just want to make sure everything is straight and perpendicular. Now you're going to put some Tombow on the outside of the 2 tabs where you have paper. So you can see we have paper on those 2, and on the inside we're going to have our Tombow. We're just going to bring these round and just keep everything as straight as possible. So just fold it in, keep everything as straight as possible. And there we have the shell of our drawer. So let's bring back our internal one here, and we'll just make sure everything is cut neatly. I can see here a piece I haven't done a brilliant job on, so just take that out. Okay, I can see here as well I was rushing too much, so I know that some people don't like videos to be too long. Okay, So these are going to fit very easily like this to make your box. Okay, so I'm going to say initially this here is going to be one of these sides is going to be my front. So I'm going to just say arbitrarily this is going to be my front. You can pick whichever one you want. And what I'm going to do initially is put down some designer series paper again. Oh, it's so pretty paper. And I'm going to put this on the outside here. Just give that a second to take, making sure I've got it straight. And then I'm going to use my crocodile. I'm going to use the smaller hole, and I'm going to just go in the centre roughly and punch a hole just like that. And that's going to be for my ring pull. So now I'm going to bring a little bit of this ribbon here. This is a double stitched satin ribbon, and we are just going to try now and thread this through here, which is easier said than done because it's quite a narrow tight fit, but I want it to be quite tight so the ribbon won't pull back out again. And that seems to be okay. So on the inside here I'm just going to stick down my ribbon, and I'm going to use a little bit of tear and tape to stick keep my ribbon in place so it won't pull back out again. Just check that that's all okay at the front. It is indeed, so give that a good push down. Remove the backing on the tape. So we're going to cover this up because we don't want it to look ugly, and we're going to use our last piece here of paper. Okay, just straighten up a bit, and we're going to put this down over everything and just really hold it in place. Give it a good push down. You don't want it to rise up again. Okay, now with it whole looking like that, you're going to put glue on these 4 tabs here. So let's do that, and then we'll be nearly finished. Just got a bit of stamping to do, and that's that. So glue on our tabs, and then as before we're just going to bring these up to meet the walls here, to make our walls just like that. So you're going to bring the tab up to meet your wall here, and then again here just like that, and then the last one here, just going to tuck it in, bring it up to meet the wall, and there's your little drawer. So it should fit just like that. There you have your little drawer. So a little bit of decoration, so let's get started quickly. I'm aware this is a long video. Pear Bazaar's ink, sentiment, stamp set, Holly Jolly Wishes. I'm going to use this one here and ink it up nicely, and down, hold, made a boo-boo, try it again, make sure I'm properly inked up this time, down, hold in place, perfect. Okay, so now I'm just going to close the ink pad up, And I'm going to cut this out using the layering circles dies, which are these one here. I'm going to also cut a piece out of real red, and I'll be back. Okay, so we've cut everything out, so now we're going to stick one to the other and then put it on top of our box. Last time I popped this up with dimensionals, but this time I think I'm just going to use some Tombow instead. Bring back our box here, put this on the top, and then finishing touches with some rhinestones. Doesn't want to come, wants to stick to me instead, which is not unusual because I've got glue all over my fingers. There we go. There's our little box. There's the other with your little sweets in it. So I hope you liked the project. If you did, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up so YouTube know. And please don't forget to subscribe to future videos. If you want more information about this project, the supply list, links to my online shop, measurements, all that good stuff, it's all on the blog post on my website. And the links to that and all my social media links are in the description box below. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.